Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Ooh.
I feel like, is it possible that my pops are getting better?
I would say so, Dave. You used to be terrible at them.
What are we having?
Now that you're excellent at it.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off giving me a compliment. Sorry, carry on. Let's not worry about the podcast. You could just sit there and praise me.
Tell you how great you are.
Absolutely.
We're drinking a George Remus bourbon tonight.
It's a straight bourbon whiskey. It's non-chill filtered. And it's the one, if you're playing along at home and you're wondering which Remus we're talking about, it's this one, which I think actually, this is only good for people who are watching,
that, Dave.
With the picture of the dude on...
George Remus.
Well, I suppose it's George Remus. I'd never met him, so I'm not sure what he looked like.
I hope you haven't met him. He lived a long time ago.
It's black and white, so he lived back when black and white things were going on. On the cover. And there's a lot of Remus expressions, and I hope that we get to drink them all at some point. But this is the one that is really easy to get in Australia.
This one.
Yeah.
Is this the only one you can get of his in Australia?
Of his.
Or of you? The only George Remus.
Wow, good one. No, it's not the only one you can get of his in Australia. You can get other ones of his in Australia, but this is the one that's easiest to get. This is the one that you don't have to reach past the glass cabinet to get at your local dance, for example. Cheers.
Great, cheers. What are you getting on the nose, Dave?
Oh, immediately it's like lovely vanilla.
Yeah.
I probably say that
like vanilla ice cream.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah, like the really vanilla ones where you can see a little brown speckles through it, and it's like proper vanilla.
Like vanilla bean?
Yeah, like a vanilla bean ice cream where you can smell vanilla.
I'm getting flowers in a meadow. Too much?
Flowers in a meadow.
Maybe you
can picture Dave with vanilla ice cream surrounded skipping
merrily through a meadow
with flowers on
a spring day. Not hay fever inducing, just the right amount of flowers on a day.
Yeah, I'll leave you to do the skipping to the meadow, Dave.
A little bit of fresh orange, like freshly cut orange.
Oh, freshly cut orange. I don't know much at all about this whiskey, but I do know a tiny bit about George Remus because when you brought this home, I'm like, oh, I love a good story. Because, I like bourbon, but I think my favourite part is the stories behind it.
I'm actually thoroughly enjoying this nose. Not the meadow bit necessarily. It's just a really nice nose. Quick, why we've got this bottle? Do you want me to bang into that first?
You rocked home with it tonight, but tell us why.
I came home with it because there's a few things. Recently, I was on a trip to Perth with my
business trip.
I was there for work, but I was with a beautiful friend or friends, Nick and Adriana, and I said I'll bring you some nice whiskey, and I brought over some nice bottles of bourbon, and they had this on the shelf, and I was like, oh, great, and then I was like, oh, this is really good, and then I forgot that might have been maybe 6 months ago, and I was like, oh, I remember that being really good, and then the Bourbon Pursuit guys, I think, mentioned it in like This Week in Bourbon in the last couple of weeks.
There you go. So your memory was jogged again.
It was jogged again, and they were like, why would anyone walk past a bottle of Remus knowing that it's really good MGP? Because Ross and Squibb, who own the Remus brand, are MGP.
Yep.
So that means they get access to the best MGP stock.
Oh, so you know it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. And you're not when you buy from a craft NDP, so non-distilling producer.
Yeah.
When you buy from one of them, they obviously have to pay the markup on the MGP. I'm using a lot of 3-letter acronyms, but so this is a great value.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, this is a great value bottle to get.
Yeah.
And
it's going to have the good stuff in it.
Going to have the good stuff in it.
And not break the bank.
And I said to you on the way home, as I was driving home, I'm going to stop at Dan's and I'm going to see if they got anything good on special.
This was down. We had too many bottle kills over the weekend.
We did kill a lot of bottles, made some room in the cabinet, which is wonderful. Was down from over $100, maybe $110 to $65. That is
that's a bargain.
Ridiculous price. Anyway, sorry.
That's great.
Enough of this.
Enough of what? This is good information. This is Dave's story about this bottle.
About this particular bottle.
The George Remus story is he was known as the king of the bootleggers.
So what's a bootlegger?
It's like during Prohibition, and they like sold it and smuggled it illegally. They were known as the bootleggers. Like obviously you hide it in your boot kind of thing. I think was the general idea.
All right.
Yeah. But
because there's moonshiners, so they make it illegally.
Yeah, and the bootleggers sell it. And he was born in Germany. He moved to Chicago, and he was a pharmacist. But then he became a criminal lawyer.
What?
So I know. But then when Prohibition happened,
A German farmer's criminal lawyer?
Pharmacist, like a chemist. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you said farmer. I'm like, no, I'm going to correct you.
Pharmacist, yeah.
Pharmacist. Anyway, so he used his knowledge. Like, it's the two things you wanted to have, right? Knowledge of the law and knowledge of pharmacy to work around Prohibition. And so he'd, like, be able to, as a pharmacist, order all this stuff for medical purposes, but then he would organise people to steal it all and sell it all. And so he became one of the most – he made, like, 20, 30 million. Like he made so much money during Prohibition. And, yeah, he was known as King of the Bootleggers. But he also Jay Gatsby, they say he's the inspiration for the Great Gatsby movie. Yeah.
He is the Great Gatsby?
Well, they say he's the inspiration.
What?
Because and this is the other thing I find really fascinating, because his picture, I assume that's him, is on a bourbon bottle. And he was
I can see it.
Apparently known to be a teetotaler, as in he never drank.
What?
I know.
This story is whacked.
I don't quote me on how much this is
and
true.
Leo DiCaprio did a terrible job of making him look like a teetotaler.
But he used to throw really extravagant parties and hand out, like, give away cards and diamonds, and he was really rich because he was the king of the bootleggers. He was making all this money off. I mean, there was some things that, you know, I think his wife dobbed him in and he murdered her, and there was, like, terrible stuff in the story. But, like...
Well, don't dob me in.
No. Don't. What am I going to dob you in for? Have you selling bourbon illegally?
No, I'm not selling. I'm just drinking it, and that's pretty legal to do.
But anyway, I just was like, what a crazy, fascinating, random bunch of facts that go with the bourbon bottle. Because I'm always about a bottle of bourbon is more than just the liquid inside it.
Amazing. He sounds a bit like kind of like the Ned Kelly equivalent of, like, the fact that we're celebrating him when he's maybe a really bad dude.
Well, I don't know whether we're celebrating. We're celebrating bourbon. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, the fact that he didn't drink bourbon.
Well, that doesn't make you all of a sudden a good person if you choose not to drink.
No, I find that crazy. Like, why is the guy who didn't drink it on the bottle?
Yeah, all right. Well, why is that?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm getting now a little bit more of? A bit of that black pepper kind of like, or the, you know, the spiciness, the rye spice on the front, which is quite lovely.
I've been too busy talking to taste it.
You have been. And I went digging around to see if I could find what the mash bill was. And
do you have any luck?
No luck, because it's usually made of a mix of the mash bills. Because they just pick the best stuff. Oh, not the best stuff, but, well, I'm sure it's some of the best stuff. They pick and they mix and they create the blend. So...
yeah, it's definitely got some pepper there. But that's nice.
Good story. He looks like a gangster in the picture.
Yeah, he does.
Which makes the Great Gatsby... he doesn't quite kind of line up. Although I love that he threw lavish parties.
Yeah.
Gave
away diamonds.
See, that seems a little over the top, doesn't it?
Cars. He gave away cars.
But did Jay Gatsby and the Great Gatsby give away cars?
Oh, it's a long time since I've watched that movie. But he threw very lavish parties.
Maybe we need to go back and watch
the movie.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Righto.
Great stories and good bourbon.
Well, so I think this is one of these ones where it's our duty to a certain extent to say if you're an Australian.
Yeah, this one is definitely available on your Dan's shelf.
Definitely available on Dan's shelf. It's a really lovely drink, like a lovely drop. Beautiful, well-rounded vanillas and caramels. Walk in the meadow with a bit of floral notes.
Skipping in the meadow every day.
Did I say skip?
You said you were skipping.
I was meandering at different points. We could kind of... you can make your way through the meadow in your own way. But it's also got... I feel like there's a little bit of age on that. I've got no idea what the age is.
They don't tell you the age, do they?
It's not old, but it's, very pleasant.
But it definitely has a warmth, like that sort of light peppery, warm finish. I really like that.
And
that's a good discovery. Thanks, Nick and Adriana.
I think, yeah, as well, yeah. But I think as well there's got to be a thing I think for a long time people were like, MGP, they're just making lots of stuff to then sell and whatever. But I think people have come around to the idea that it's good. What they make is good.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
And we should be enjoying it. And so 2 options. Pick your favourite craft NDP who's sourcing from MGP, or go, well, we love it. and get yourself a bottle of something like Remus, particularly if you like this expression, or one of the kind of the older expressions as well, which is have the fancier bottles and they don't have his picture on it, for example. Now that you say that thing about the Great Gatsby, there's definitely a really Art Deco bottle.
Yeah.
All right. Going to have to find out more.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole here, aren't we?
Well.
Cheers to good bourbon and good stories.
Here's to giving away more diamonds and cars. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.